Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Smiley. This is going to be part 2 of our reading group lesson, and we're sounding out words. And remember, at the beginning of the words, we have a lot of blends. So the first word we're going to do is braid, braid. See if you can say that word, braid. And that's when the little girls have these pretty little braids in their hair, okay? Now, at the beginning of that word, we have the sound bruh. And we were talking about sometimes how 2 letters will work together at the beginning of the word and make one sound. And that's what's happening with this word, braid. We have a B and the R, and B goes B, and R goes R. But when we put them together, we get bruh. Now you make that sound. Ready? Bruh. And that's our first sound in the word braid. So grab your crayon or your pencil and we're going to write it down, okay? So let's write down the first sound we just heard. Bruh. Write those 2 letters down right now. Okay? Now let's do the second sound we hear. Bruh. A. It said its name, right? So let's write down that sound that we just heard. Okay, so we had braid. One more sound to write down. Ready? So we wrote down br. We wrote down A. Now we're going to write down D. Write that down right now. Okay, so let's see how you did. Braid. So we had the BR, br. And then we had A. As long as you have an A down, I'm happy. This is AI. Remember, A said to I, get out of my way. I'm saying A today. If you see A, I say A. But as long as you have an A down, I'm happy. And then our last sound that we heard was a D. Braid. Good job. Give yourself another happy face. Okay. All right, now here comes our next word. Okay, and this is a store. Store. I want you to say that word. Store. Very good. Now, at that beginning of that word, we have 2 letters working together. Okay, S and T. S says S, T says T. So when we put them together, we have st. See if you can make that sound. St. So we're going to have st or for our store. Okay? All right, here we go. Grab your pencil or your crayon or your marker. Here we go. Write the first sound. St. Write those 2 letters that are making that beginning sound. Okay? All right, now let's go to the next sound. St. Or. A lot of you know the 2 letters that say or. You can look at my mouth and get a clue, right? St. Or. So write down the 2 letters that say or. And the very last part of that word is a silent letter. St. Or. And it's not saying anything, it's just being quiet. So write that letter down and let's see how you did on the word store. There we go. Who had an ST? Very good. St. And then or is O-R. Or. O-R. Or. Remember, we sound like the seal? And then we had a silent E. Very good. There's the word store. Okay, give yourself another happy face on your chart. And I'm going to erase this real quick. And here is our next word. Okay. I have to turn it around. This word is dress. Dress. Like a girl or a mommy would wear a dress. Okay. Now at the beginning of this word, we have a sound that goes dra. See if you can say it. We did it before. Dra. And it's these 2 letters. D says D. R says R. We put them together and we make that one sound. Dra. So let's get ready to write it. Here we go. Dra. Write that first sound we just heard. And I just told you those two letters. Okay? Dra-eh. What letter is making the eh sound? Write that down. And remember, it's not an I, it's not an ah, it's an eh in the back of your mouth. Okay, so now we have two sounds. We had dra-eh. Now we need the next sound. Dra-s. What says s? And I want two of those letters, okay? S. Because that's a big, strong s sound. Okay, we just wrote the word dress. Let's see how you did on that. Did you get it right? Dra, D-R-eh. There's our short E sound. S, two S's. Dress. Very good. If you didn't get it, write it down now or you could fix it, okay? Give yourself another happy face. Okay, we're going to do one more of these, okay? Maybe two. We'll see if we have time. Okay, here's our next one. Now, I'm going to show you a picture of a car, but it's not a car. Our word is going to be a verb, which is an action word. And our word is going to be drive. Drive. Like Daddy is driving or Mommy is driving the car. I want you to say drive. 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 Now, I'm not going to show you the first two letters this time because we just did this one, remember? Okay, let's see if you can write it. The first sound is dra. Dra. Think the two letters that go dra, dra. Write those down. Let's see if you remember. Okay, so we had dra, I. That letter just said its name. What vowel was that? I. Write it down. So we had dra, I, v. There's our third sound we want to write down. Dra, I, v. What letter is going v? Write that down. Okay, now wait a minute. We have one more letter at the end, and he's a quiet letter. He's not doing really much. He's not saying anything. He's just telling the I to say his name, right? So put that silent letter at the end, and let's see how you did on the word drive. Here we go. Oh, I want to underline the beginning. Who remembered the DR? Dra, just like in dress. Dra, I, there's the I, v, there's our V. And we had that silent E, not doing anything, but just telling that I to say his name. Drive. Give yourself another happy face. Good job, boys and girls. I hope you got that one right. Okay, here we go. This next one, I'm not going to tell you the beginning sound on this one either. I want to see if you can figure it out. But this word is bread. Bruh, bruh. Remember? So we've got bruh, ed. Two letters are making the bruh, bruh sound. Write that down right now. See if you can remember what they are. Bruh, bruh. We put them together and we got bruh. Bruh. Now I need a letter. So we had bruh. Now we need eh. What letter is going eh? Eh. Write that down. Okay, now we're ready for our last letter. Bruh, ed. Give me the letter that goes d. It's a big, strong sound at the end of that word. Bruh, ed. Bread. Like we like to eat bread, maybe with toast or with a sandwich. Okay, let's see how you did on this one. Okay, this was a little bit tricky one. Okay, so hopefully you had the BR, bruh. And then our next sound was eh. In this one, the E and the A are together, but it's not an E sound. This is kind of what we call a rule breaker. So as long as you have an E there, I am happy. Okay, if you don't have an A, that's okay. You heard the E. That's important. Bruh. Ed. Who got the D? I hope you got the D. That was a big D sound, wasn't it? Bread. Good job. Give yourself another happy face. Well, boys and girls, I am so proud of you. I hope you did a good job writing all of your words today and sounding out and remembering that you can have two letters that come together to make one sound at the beginning of your word. It could be a B and an R, brr. It could be a D and an R, dr. It could be an S and a K, sk. So there's lots of different letters that blend together, okay? Have a great day, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow.